Hello everybody, welcome to the Mighty Gluestick. My name is AJ, nice to see you. I've been involved in a little project lately, which was just basically a consultation on a new product. There is a company called Heroic Maps, run by Joe Bilton and his wife Sarah, who have been producing some pretty good quality 2D maps. He's mainly interested, has been mainly interested in producing extra map tiles for HeroQuest. But he came up with some really good modular sort of sets which I've been using in 2D. For instance, this is a sewer set, and on the opposite side here I've got some town buildings. Yeah, just pretty simple stuff. But the problem I had with these, the reason why I didn't convert them over to 2.5D is because the walls were just a little bit too thin for my liking. I probably could have cut out all of this and done it that way, but yeah, I had some issues. And so I thought, it's a really good company. I like buying all this stuff. So I got in contact with them and said, hey, would you be interested in producing something that's more along the lines of what we need for DM Scotty's 2.5D method? And he said, sure, yeah, I'd be happy to. And so we got started on this project. I consulted a tiny bit, not really that much. Joe seemed to just rip ahead, had a really good idea of what to do. And he very quickly produced the Modular Kit Dungeon, which is a PDF which is available from either Drive-Thru RPG or through Heroic Maps' own website. And it's only $6.50 US, and it will cover every sort of dungeon that you need to make, really. He's got all of the basics covered, as well as some really quite good modular room design. And I've got a couple of examples here of what you can expect to see from one of the printed off pages. As you can see, they're labelled nicely for you, and it's a really nice, clean, simple design with quite a different sort of feel to it in colour and tone, and it's got sort of built-in features that make each tile quite unique. And they just look really good. What I do, or have done, which is slightly different from my last video. In the last video you saw me producing from the Copper Dragon set, these nice simple flat ones here, which is just an application of using stuck on to a single ply piece of cardboard. With these maps I went slightly different because I wanted a really nice set of tiles here, and to do them justice. So I used a double ply cardboard, and what I do is I will cut out the room in question. I will put it onto the piece of cardboard. I will measure around the entire circumference, including the 1-inch walls, the half-inch walls, and the 1-inch square floor surface. I'll then cut out the cardboard, the entire circumference, and I will cut the walls off the room. I will then stick the wall sections onto another piece of cardboard, and I will then cut out all of those wall sections. I'll then stick the floor onto the initial larger piece of cardboard circumference area, and then put the walls around it, and you get something that looks a little bit like this. Now, as you can see, this is a nice, robust, 4 cardboard sheet thick, very sturdy and durable flat cardboard modular tile. And the things I like, there are many things that I like about this method. I wanted something that was basically, for selfish reasons, I wanted something that was nice and easy for me to make, because I'm really not a big fan of painting my tiles, and I wanted to avoid using hot glue, just for the reason I don't like my room smelling of hot glue, really. Also, this system here is very accessible. It's all pre-measured for you. It's all measured out, so you just print it out and you can cut it out. You don't really need anything highly dangerous to do this with. You could give a piece of paper to a kid, a pair of snips, and they can be helping you out with the project ready to go. Basically, the only thing that you need to take care of is cutting the cardboard with a pair of box cutters or a craft knife. I think that's about as dangerous as it gets. You then just use a simple glue stick, or some white paste, some PVA glue or wood glue, something very simple that doesn't warp the tiles because they don't get soaked, and you can be up and running in no time. So it's very easy and accessible. You can get a nice professional looking tile for very little effort and not a hell of a lot of skill. Okay, so take this piece here. It's got a 2-inch section there. It narrows down to a 1-inch corridor. So you've got a nice tactical tile right there. This is a connecting piece that will fit very nicely onto any of the other tiles. This one here, just to demonstrate what you can do with a slightly thicker card, is see these stairwells on the edge there? Yep. So that's just cutting out individual bits, putting layers of card on there and making an approximation of stairs, which are built into the design anyway. Then you combine it with something with a feature on there. This is a water feature, and again you can just stick with the printed off material there, which looks really nice, or you could cut into the card down through one of the layers of corrugation, throw in some resin or something like that, and you've got a very realistic looking tile indeed. And that just slots very nicely together, so you can quickly see with this you can get so many different iterations of how the tiles fit together. Just sitting with 3 tiles and putting them together, the ideas were pouring into my head. They're very tough, they're very easy to store, they're very quick to make, and they are dirt cheap, which is really the whole theme. Yeah, so I would urge you to check them out. It's another tool in the arsenal of the crafter, and a very good product, and Joe is going to be producing a lot more along this sort of 2.5D theme. He's currently working on some Egyptian tiles in his original style, but he'll be getting cracking on some more 2.5D material. And of course, if you support a producer of this sort of high quality artwork, then you're only going to see more and more stuff coming out that's more aimed at our hobby. So yeah, support your friends and yeah, have fun. Thanks for watching. Hope you don't mind me just sort of plugging a product, but I was really excited about it, and I think it's a great step forward for everybody if we can get more people involved, if it's not such a daunting task crafting some basic tiles. Of course, all of these here really lend themselves to getting started on something like that, and producing more advanced crafting techniques as you customize and personalize and make each tile your own. And of course, there's a whole slew of different things that you could be adding into these: rope bridges and elevators and ladders and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, thanks Joe, really good working with you, man. I'm very, very impressed, and thanks everybody else for watching. Hey, forgot to mention that the set also comes with some PNG files and 300 DPI for poster printing or VTT, and also it includes a page of dungeon accessories, which includes pit traps, trapdoors, and bone piles, which look very nice, and you can just throw them on anywhere to further customize your tiles. Thanks.